Hey Gemini, welcome back to another reading. I am so excited to connect with you today because we are diving into something that I know has been on your mind. Who are you going to end up marrying, and when is this beautiful connection going to happen? I have my deck here, and honestly, the energy around this question for Gemini is already feeling so interesting and layered. You know how Geminis are. You love mental stimulation. You need that spark of conversation, that person who can match your energy and keep up with your curious mind. So let me shuffle these cards and see what the universe wants to reveal about your future spouse and the timing of this significant relationship. Before we get into the cards, I just want to say that this reading is meant to give you insights and guidance. The future is not set in stone, and you always have free will in how things unfold. But the cards can show us energies, patterns, and possibilities that are surrounding you right now. So if this resonates with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And if you are new here, welcome to the community. We do a lot of deep dive readings here, not just surface level stuff. I really care about giving you meaningful insights that you can actually use in your life. All right, let me pull the first card and see what comes through about this future marriage for Gemini. The first card I am pulling here is the King of Wands, and wow. Okay, this is already telling me so much about the person you are going to marry. The King of Wands represents someone who is confident, charismatic, and has this natural leadership quality about them. This is not someone who sits in the background. This person has presence. When they walk into a room, people notice. They have this magnetic energy that draws others in. And for you, Gemini, this is going to be incredibly attractive because you appreciate someone who can hold their own in social situations. You do not want someone who is going to cling to you or need you to do all the talking. You want a partner who can shine on their own. What I am really picking up with the King of Wands is that this person is going to be entrepreneurial or have a strong career drive. They are ambitious, they have goals, and they are not afraid to go after what they want. This could be someone who owns their own business, who is climbing the ladder in their career, or who has a very clear vision for their future. And this ambition is something that is going to really inspire you because as a Gemini, you need someone who is going to push you to grow, who is going to challenge you in the best way possible, and who is not going to hold you back from pursuing your own dreams and interests. The King of Wands also speaks to passion and fire. This person is going to bring a lot of excitement into your life. They are spontaneous, they love adventure, and they are always thinking about the next big thing. For you, Gemini, who can sometimes get bored easily, this is perfect because this person is going to keep things interesting. There is never going to be a dull moment with them. They might surprise you with last-minute trips, with new ideas and projects, with their enthusiasm for life. And this energy is going to complement your own curiosity and love for variety so well. But here is something else I am seeing with the King of Wands. This person might be a little bit older than you, or they might just have this mature, established energy about them. They are someone who has been through experiences, who has learned lessons, and who has developed this strong sense of self. They know who they are and what they bring to the table. And for you as a Gemini, who sometimes struggles with making decisions or committing fully, this person's groundedness is going to be really balancing for you. They are going to help you feel more secure and confident in the relationship because they are so sure of what they want. And what they want is you. One more thing about the King of Wands that I think is really important for this reading. This person is going to be protective of you and of the relationship. They take their commitments seriously. Once they decide they want to be with you, they are all in. They are going to be the type of partner who stands up for you, who supports your dreams, who makes you feel valued and appreciated. And this is going to help you as a Gemini feel safe enough to fully open up and be vulnerable, which is something that does not always come easily for your sign. All right, let me pull the next card to see what else is coming through about this future spouse. The second card is the Two of Swords, and this is really interesting because it is showing me something about the journey to meeting this person and also about some of the dynamics within the relationship itself. The Two of Swords traditionally represents indecision, being at a crossroads, having to make a choice between two paths. And what this is telling me is that before you meet this person, or in the early stages of knowing them, you might be dealing with some confusion or uncertainty. Maybe you are going to be in a situation where you are not sure if you should pursue this connection or not. Maybe you are going to be torn between this person and another option. Or maybe you are just going to be in a phase of your life where you are questioning what you really want in a partner. For Gemini specifically, this card resonates because you are ruled by Mercury, the planet of the mind, communication, and duality. You are represented by the twins, so you often see multiple sides of every situation. You can talk yourself into something and then talk yourself right back out of it. And the Two of Swords is reflecting this energy. You might meet this person and have all these thoughts swirling around. Is this the right person? Is this the right time? What if there is someone better out there? What if I am not ready? Your mind is going to be very active around this connection. But here is what the Two of Swords is also telling me. Sometimes we need that period of contemplation and inner reflection to really understand what we want. This is not a bad thing. This pause, this moment of weighing your options, is actually going to help you make a more conscious and informed decision about this relationship. You are not going to rush into marriage with rose-colored glasses on. You are going to think it through. You are going to consider all angles. And when you finally do decide to commit, it is going to be because you genuinely know in your mind and your heart that this is right for you. The Two of Swords can also speak to balance and communication within the relationship. Once you are with this person, there might be times where you both need to find equilibrium in how you discuss things, how you make decisions together, how you navigate disagreements. As a Gemini, you are great at communication, but you can also sometimes intellectualize your emotions or avoid confrontation by keeping things light. The Two of Swords is suggesting that in this marriage, you are going to learn how to sit with difficult conversations, how to be still and really listen to your partner, how to find compromise without losing yourself. This is going to make your relationship stronger and deeper over time. Another layer to the Two of Swords that I am picking up is about trust and vulnerability. When we see someone blindfolded in the card, it represents not being able to see everything clearly, having to rely on intuition and faith. In your future marriage, there are going to be moments where you have to trust the process, trust your partner, and trust yourself. You might not always have all the information or all the answers, and that is okay. Learning to be comfortable with some uncertainty and to lead with your heart instead of overthinking everything is going to be a beautiful evolution for you. Let me pull the third card. Now to see what else is unfolding in this story. The third card is Temperance, and I absolutely love seeing this card in a marriage reading because Temperance is all about harmony, balance, patience, and blending two different elements together to create something beautiful. This card is really highlighting what the energy of your marriage is going to feel like once you have moved through any initial hesitations or uncertainties. Temperance is showing me that this relationship is going to bring a sense of peace and equilibrium into your life. After all the mental gymnastics and the back and forth, when you finally commit to this person, you are going to feel this deep sense of rightness, like everything just clicks into place. Temperance is an angel card, so it has this divine quality to it. It suggests that this union is blessed, that there is a higher purpose to you and this person coming together. You are not just getting married for the sake of it or because it is what you are supposed to do. This relationship has a spiritual component to it. You and your future spouse are going to help each other grow, heal, and evolve. You are going to bring out the best in each other. And for Gemini, who is always seeking growth and new experiences, this is going to feel so fulfilling because you are not going to feel stagnant or stuck in this marriage. It is going to be a continuous journey of learning and expanding together. One of the beautiful things about Temperance is that it represents the blending of opposites. You and your future spouse might have different personalities, different backgrounds, different approaches to life, but instead of this causing conflict, it actually creates balance. Where you are quick and spontaneous, they might be more measured and thoughtful. Where they are passionate and direct, you might be adaptable and communicative. These differences are going to complement each other so well. You are going to learn from each other and become more well-rounded individuals because of the relationship. Temperance also speaks to patience and timing. This is an important message for you, Gemini, because I know you can sometimes want things to happen quickly. You want answers now, you want progress now, you want to move on to the next thing. But Temperance is reminding you that good things take time. Your future marriage is not something that is going to be rushed. It is going to unfold naturally and at the right pace. There is a maturation process happening, both within you and within the connection. Trust that the universe is orchestrating things perfectly behind the scenes. Everything is aligning for you, even if you cannot see it all yet. In terms of the marriage itself, Temperance indicates that you and your spouse are going to be very good at compromising and finding middle ground. You are not going to be one of those couples who is constantly fighting or at odds with each other. You are going to have a mature, respectful dynamic where you both know how to communicate your needs, listen to each other, and find solutions that work for both of you. This is the kind of relationship where you genuinely enjoy each other's company, and want to support each other in being the best versions of yourselves. Let me continue with the fourth card to see what other details are coming through. The fourth card I am drawing is the Lovers, and honestly, I could not ask for a better card to show up in a reading about marriage. The Lovers card is the card of union, of partnership, of deep romantic connection, and soul-level bonding. This is confirming everything we have been seeing so far. You are absolutely going to find your person, Gemini, and this is going to be a relationship that is based on genuine love, mutual respect, and a true meeting of minds and hearts. The Lovers card is interesting because it is actually ruled by Gemini. Your sign is connected to this card in the tarot, which makes its appearance here even more significant. What this tells me is that this relationship is deeply tied to your personal journey and your soul's evolution. Meeting this person and marrying them is part of your destiny, part of your path. This is not a random connection. This is someone who is meant to come into your life to help you understand yourself better, to challenge you, to love you, and to grow with you. The Lovers card emphasizes choice. It shows Adam and Eve in the garden having to make a conscious decision. And this echoes what we saw earlier with the Two of Swords. You are going to have to actively choose this relationship. You are going to have to choose to be vulnerable, to commit, to show up fully even when it is scary or uncertain. But the beautiful thing about making this choice consciously is that it gives the relationship a strong foundation. You are not falling into marriage by accident or because of external pressure. You are choosing it with your eyes wide open because you know this person is right for you. Another aspect of the Lovers is about values and alignment. This card suggests that you and your future spouse are going to share similar core values and beliefs about what matters in life. You might express these values differently because you are different people, but at the foundation, you want the same things. Maybe you both value freedom and independence within the relationship. Maybe you both prioritize personal growth and learning. Maybe you both believe in honesty and open communication. Whatever your specific values are, you are going to be aligned with your spouse. And this shared foundation is going to make your marriage strong and lasting. The Lovers card also has a beautiful message about acceptance and seeing each other clearly. When you truly love someone, you see them for who they really are, flaws and all, and you choose to love them anyway. Your future spouse is going to accept you in all your Gemini complexity. They are going to love your quick wit and your changeable moods. They are going to appreciate your need for variety and your curious nature. They are not going to try to change you or make you fit into a box. And you are going to offer them the same acceptance. You are going to see their humanity, their vulnerabilities, their strengths, and you are going to love the whole package. In terms of the physical and romantic connection, the Lovers indicates that there is going to be strong chemistry between you and your future spouse. This is not just an intellectual connection or a practical partnership. There is genuine attraction, passion, and desire. You are going to feel drawn to this person on multiple levels, and this magnetic pull is part of what brings you together and keeps the spark alive throughout your marriage. Let me pull the fifth card now to see what else wants to come through. The fifth card is the Ace of Swords, and this is bringing in a really important element to this reading. The Ace of Swords represents clarity, truth, new perspectives, and breakthrough moments. What this is telling me is that before you meet your future spouse or in the process of getting to know them, you are going to experience some kind of mental clarity or realization about what you really want in a partner. Maybe you have been operating with certain assumptions or beliefs about relationships that are not actually serving you. And you are going to have this AHA moment where things suddenly make sense. For Gemini, the Ace of Swords is especially powerful because it is an air card and you are an air sign. This is your element. Mental clarity and communication are your strengths. The Ace of Swords is suggesting that you are going to use your mind and your communication skills to navigate this relationship consciously. You are going to ask the right questions, have the important conversations, and be honest with yourself and your partner about what you need. This level of clarity is going to prevent a lot of misunderstandings and problems down the line. The Ace of Swords can also indicate that you or your future spouse works in a field that involves communication, writing, teaching, law, or mental work of some kind. There is a strong intellectual component to this person, or to how you connect with them. Your conversations are going to be stimulating and engaging. You are going to love talking with this person about everything and anything. They are going to challenge your ideas in a good way, introduce you to new concepts, and keep your mind active. For you, Gemini, this intellectual compatibility is not just a bonus. It is essential. You cannot be with someone who bores you mentally. And the Ace of Swords is confirming that your future spouse is going to keep you engaged and interested. Another layer to the Ace of Swords is about cutting through illusions and seeing the truth of a situation. There might be a point where you have to be really honest with yourself about whether this relationship is right for you, or whether you are just comfortable or afraid of being alone. The Ace of Swords gives you the courage to face the truth, whatever it is. And the good news is that when you do face the truth, you are going to see that yes, this relationship is right for you. It is not based on fantasy or projection. It is based on reality, on seeing each other clearly, and on making a conscious choice to build a life together. The Ace of Swords can also speak to the idea of justice and fairness within the marriage. You and your future spouse are going to have a relationship where things feel balanced and equitable. You are not going to be carrying the full weight of the emotional labor or the practical responsibilities. Your partner is going to show up and contribute equally. And if issues do arise, you are going to be able to talk through them rationally and find solutions that feel fair to both of you. This creates a healthy dynamic where both people feel valued and respected. Let me continue with the sixth card to keep building this. Picture dot. The sixth card is the Ten of Cups, and I am getting so excited seeing this because the Ten of Cups is the ultimate card of happiness, fulfillment, and emotional satisfaction in relationships and family life. This is the happy ending card, the card that shows a loving couple with children, a beautiful home, and a sense of deep contentment. What this is telling me is that your marriage is going to bring you profound happiness. This is not going to be one of those relationships where you are constantly struggling or wondering if you made the right choice. You are going to know you made the right choice because you feel it in your heart every day. The Ten of Cups represents the achievement of emotional fulfillment. After all the searching, all the dates that did not work out, all the lessons you had to learn, you are finally going to arrive at this place of peace and joy with your person, and it is going to feel amazing. You are going to wake up next to them and feel grateful. You are going to face challenges together and come out stronger. You are going to build a life that feels authentic and meaningful to both of you. For Gemini specifically, the Ten of Cups is reassuring you that commitment does not mean boredom or losing your freedom. You can have a stable, committed marriage and still maintain your individuality, your interests, your friendships, your need for variety and stimulation. Your future spouse is going to understand this about you. They are not going to try to cage you in or make you choose between your relationship and your other priorities. In fact, they are going to encourage you to be fully yourself because that is who they fell in love with. The Ten of Cups often indicates a desire for family or creating a home together. This does not necessarily mean children, although it could. It might mean creating a space that feels like a sanctuary, a place where you both can relax and be yourselves. It might mean building a chosen family of close friends. It might mean working together on creative projects or business ventures. Whatever form it takes, you and your future spouse are going to create something together that feels stable and nurturing. You are going to be a team, partners in every sense of the word. Another beautiful aspect of the Ten of Cups is that it represents lasting happiness. This is not a flash-in-the-pan romance that burns bright and then fizzles out. This is a relationship that has longevity. You are going to grow old together. You are going to create memories together. You are going to support each other through all the ups and downs of life. And through it all, you are going to maintain that core feeling of love and connection. Your marriage is going to be something that gets better with time, not worse. The Ten of Cups is also about emotional maturity and being in touch with your feelings. In this marriage, you are going to feel safe enough to be emotionally vulnerable. You are going to share your fears, your dreams, your insecurities with your spouse, and they are going to hold that space for you with love and compassion, and you are going to do the same for them. This emotional intimacy is what is going to make your bond so strong and unbreakable. Let me pull the seventh card to see what other insights are available. The seventh card is the Seven of Swords. And okay, this is an interesting card to see in this reading because it typically represents strategy, thinking ahead, being clever, but it can also indicate some kind of deception or need for caution. Let me tune into what this means specifically for your marriage reading, Gemini. What I am picking up is that the Seven of Swords is actually highlighting your natural Gemini tendencies and how they might show up as you navigate toward this marriage. The Seven of Swords can represent the part of you that likes to keep your options open, that does not want to be tied down too quickly, that wants to maintain some independence and autonomy. And here is the thing, there is nothing wrong with that. It is part of who you are. But what the Seven of Swords is suggesting is that at some point, you are going to need to consciously choose to be fully transparent and committed rather than keeping one foot out the door just in case. This is part of your growth journey leading up to this marriage. For some Geminis, the Seven of Swords might indicate that you have been hurt in past relationships, or you have witnessed relationship dynamics that made you cautious. Maybe someone was not honest with you, or maybe you saw your parents or other couples struggle. And so you develop this protective mechanism where you do not fully invest yourself emotionally until you are absolutely sure. The Seven of Swords is acknowledging this pattern, and it is also showing you that with your future spouse, you are going to feel safe enough to let that guard down. You are not going to need those old defense mechanisms anymore. Another interpretation of the Seven of Swords in this context is about being strategic and thoughtful in how you approach the relationship. You are not going to be reckless or impulsive about getting married. You are going to take your time, observe your partner, see how they handle different situations, and make sure that this is really what you want. This is actually a healthy approach. It shows that you respect yourself and the institution of marriage enough to not rush into it blindly. You are being smart and careful, which is going to serve you well. The Seven of Swords can also speak to the idea that you or your future spouse might be quite independent or have careers or interests that require some travel or time apart. And rather than this being a negative thing, it actually keeps the relationship fresh and interesting. You both value your individual pursuits, and you bring that energy and those experiences back into the relationship, which keeps things dynamic and engaging. For you, Gemini, having some breathing room and independence within the marriage is actually going to make you appreciate your partner even more when you are together. One last thing about the Seven of Swords that I want to mention. This card can sometimes indicate that things are not exactly as they seem on the surface. What I am getting with this is that your future spouse might not be the obvious choice or the type of person you thought you would end up with. Maybe they are different from your usual type, or maybe the circumstances of how you meet are unusual. But this unexpectedness is part of the beauty of the connection. Life has a way of surprising us and bringing us exactly what we need, even if it looks different from what we imagined. Let me pull the 8th card now to continue this reading. The 8th card is the Page of Pentacles. And this is bringing in some really practical and grounded energy to the reading, which is lovely because we have had a lot of air and fire energy so far. The Page of Pentacles represents new beginnings in the material world, learning practical skills, building something tangible, and having a student mentality. What this is telling me about your future marriage is that there is going to be a strong practical component to the relationship. You and your future spouse are going to be building something together in the real world. The Page of Pentacles often appears when someone is starting a new job, going back to school, making an investment, or laying the groundwork for long-term financial security. In the context of your marriage, this suggests that you and your spouse are going to be on the same page about practical matters like finances, career goals, where you want to live, how you want to structure your life together. These might not be the most romantic topics, but they are so important for a successful marriage. And the Page of Pentacles is showing me that you are both going to approach these conversations with maturity, openness, and a willingness to plan for the future together. For Gemini, who is often more focused on ideas and mental stimulation than on practical details, the Page of Pentacles represents a beautiful balance that your future spouse brings into your life. They might be more grounded and earth-oriented than you are, which helps anchor all your wonderful ideas and turn them into reality. Or perhaps the Page of Pentacles represents a phase where you yourself are learning to be more practical and responsible as you prepare for marriage. Either way, there is this energy of growth and development happening. The Page of Pentacles is also about being a student and being willing to learn. What this tells me is that you and your future spouse are going to see your marriage as a continuous learning experience. You are not going to think you have it all figured out. You are going to be humble enough to admit when you do not know something, to ask for help, to read books about relationships, maybe even go to couples counseling, not because there is a problem, but because you want to keep growing together. This attitude of being lifelong learners is going to keep your marriage fresh and help you navigate challenges more effectively. Another aspect of the Page of Pentacles is about patience and dedication. Pages in the tarot are young energy, they are at the beginning of their journey, and they understand that mastery takes time. Your marriage is not going to be perfect from day one. There is going to be an adjustment period where you are learning how to live together, how to merge your lives, how to navigate each other's habits and quirks. The Page of Pentacles is saying that is okay. Be patient with yourselves and with each other. Give the relationship time to develop and mature. The foundation you are building now is going to support you for decades to come. The Page of Pentacles can also indicate that you or your future spouse might be younger in spirit or younger in age, or one of you might be embarking on a new career path or educational journey around the time of the marriage. There is this sense of freshness and new beginnings that is exciting. You are not just getting married because it is the next step or because you are following a script. You are getting married because you genuinely want to create this new chapter together and see where it leads. Let me pull the 9th card to see what else is unfolding. The 9th card is the Page of Swords, and I love that we have pulled both pages back to back, because this is really emphasizing that your marriage has this quality of youth, enthusiasm, and new beginnings. The Page of Swords specifically represents curiosity, quick thinking, direct communication, and a sharp mind. This card is so Gemini. It is highlighting your natural strengths and showing you that these qualities are actually going to be assets in your marriage, not liabilities. The Page of Swords is all about communication and using your words effectively. What this is telling me is that honest, open, direct communication is going to be the cornerstone of your marriage. You and your future spouse are going to value being able to say what you really think and feel. You are not going to play games or expect each other to read minds. If something is bothering you, you are going to speak up. If you need something from your partner, you are going to ask for it. This level of clarity and directness is going to prevent so many problems and misunderstandings. For you as a Gemini, the Page of Swords represents your natural gift for language and expression. You are going to be able to articulate your thoughts and feelings in ways that your partner understands. And even more importantly, you are going to be curious about your partner's inner world. You are going to ask questions. You are going to want to understand how they think and what they need. This curiosity and genuine interest in each other is going to keep your conversations rich and meaningful throughout your marriage. The Page of Swords also has this quality of being mentally sharp and quick-witted. There is going to be a lot of laughter in your marriage. You and your spouse are going to enjoy bantering with each other, making jokes, having playful debates. For you, Gemini, having a partner who can match your wit and who appreciates your humor is so important. You do not want someone who takes everything too seriously or who cannot laugh at themselves. The Page of Swords is confirming that your future spouse is going to have that lightness and playfulness that you need. One thing to be aware of with the Page of Swords is that this energy can sometimes be a bit blunt or tactless without meaning to be. The focus on truth and directness can occasionally override sensitivity. So this is a gentle reminder that in your marriage, even though honesty is important, delivery matters too. Learning to speak your truth with kindness and consideration is going to be part of the growth that happens within the relationship. Both you and your spouse are going to help each other become better communicators over time. The Page of Swords can also indicate that new ideas and perspectives are constantly flowing in this relationship. You might collaborate on creative projects together, or you might inspire each other intellectually in ways that lead to new opportunities or directions in life. There is this sense that your marriage is not static. It is dynamic and evolving because you are both bringing new thoughts and inspiration to the table regularly. All right, let me pull the 10th and final card to complete this reading for you, Gemini. The 10th card is the Chariot, and what a powerful card to end on. The Chariot represents movement, progress, determination, willpower, and successfully moving forward toward your goals. This card is giving me such clear information about the when part of your question. The Chariot is telling me that your marriage is going to happen when you are in a phase of your life where you feel more in control and directed. You are going to have clarity about where you are heading. You are going to feel confident in yourself, and you are going to be ready to take on this commitment. The Chariot shows someone driving a chariot pulled by two sphinxes, one black and one white, representing opposing forces that need to be balanced and directed. For you, Gemini, this is so relevant because your sign is about duality and balance. The Chariot is saying that when you have learned to integrate the different aspects of yourself, when you can balance your need for freedom with your desire for connection, when you can merge your mind and your heart, that is when you are going to be ready for marriage. And the universe is going to bring your person to you right around that time. In terms of timing, the Chariot is a card of movement and action. Things are not far off in the distant future. This is going to happen within a time frame that might surprise you with how quickly it progresses once things get moving. You might meet this person, and within a relatively short period, you both just know. You are going to feel this momentum carrying you forward. It is not going to feel forced or difficult. It is going to feel like you are both on the same path and moving in the same direction, so coming together is natural and right. The Chariot also speaks to success and achievement. Your marriage is going to be something you feel proud of. You are not settling. You are not compromising your values or your needs. You are choosing someone who enhances your life and who you can build something meaningful with. And this sense of having made a good choice, of having achieved this beautiful partnership, is going to give you such confidence and satisfaction. Another layer to the Chariot is about journey and adventure. Your marriage is not going to be boring or predictable. You and your spouse are going to go places together, literally and figuratively. You might travel, you might move to new cities, you might embark on business ventures or creative projects together. There is this sense of forward momentum and excitement about what you are building together. For you, Gemini, who needs variety and new experiences, this is perfect. Your marriage is going to be an adventure. The Chariot is also about discipline and commitment. Once you decide to marry this person, you are going to be all in. You are going to put in the work to make the relationship successful. You are going to stay focused on your shared goals and vision, and your spouse is going to match this energy. You are both going to be committed to making this work, which is what creates that lasting bond we saw in the Ten of Cups earlier. So, Gemini, let me bring all of this together for you. Who are you going to marry? You are going to marry someone who is confident, ambitious, and passionate. Someone with that King of Wands energy who can match your mental quickness and who keeps life exciting. This is going to be a relationship based on genuine love and soul connection as shown by the lovers. You are going to have to make a conscious choice to commit, working through any initial hesitations represented by the Two of Swords, but when you do commit, you are going to find that beautiful balance and harmony shown in Temperance. Your marriage is going to be built on clear communication and intellectual compatibility with the Ace of Swords and Page of Swords energy. You are going to be strategic and thoughtful in how you approach things as indicated by the Seven of Swords, making sure this is really what you want. And you are going to build a practical, stable foundation together with the Page of Pentacles. Ultimately, this union is going to bring you deep fulfillment and happiness as promised by the Ten of Cups. When is this going to happen? When you are in a phase of forward momentum and self-confidence, when you have integrated different aspects of yourself and feel ready to take on this commitment. The Chariot suggests this could happen sooner than you think once things start moving. Trust the process, stay open, and know that the universe is aligning everything perfectly for you. I hope this reading resonated with you, Gemini. If it did, let me know in the comments what stood out to you most. And remember, you always have free will in how your life unfolds. These cards are showing possibilities and energies, but you are the one who creates your reality through your choices and actions. Sending you so much love and light on your journey to finding your forever person.